You woke up. You slept 8 hours. Maybe even 9. And somehow, before your feet even touched the floor, you already felt exhausted. Not just physically tired. Something deeper. Like your brain was wrapped in wet concrete. Heavy. Slow. Foggy. And no amount of coffee seemed to touch it. If that sounds familiar, I need you to stay with me right now. Because what I'm about to share completely changed how I understood my own mind. And it might just change yours too. Here's the thing nobody tells you. That exhaustion you feel. It's not laziness. It's not weakness. It's not even really about sleep. Your brain is trying to tell you something. And most people spend years ignoring that signal. Numbing it with caffeine, scrolling through their phones, pushing through the fog. Until one day they look up and realize they've been running on empty for so long they forgot what full even felt like. That ends today. But before we go any further, if this video is already hitting somewhere real for you, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. Because this channel exists for exactly this. Real explanations. Real fixes. Stuff that actually works. And I don't want you to miss what's coming next. So let's start with what's actually happening inside your brain. There's a molecule called adenosine. Think of it as a tiredness counter. Every single hour you're awake, your brain is quietly stacking adenosine higher and higher. Sleep is supposed to flush it out. But here's where it gets interesting. Modern life has found a way to trick that system. And most of us are walking around with a backlog of mental fatigue so deep that one night of sleep barely makes a dent. Scientists call it cognitive load. And it's not just about how much you're thinking. It's about how much your brain is managing below the surface. Every unfinished task. Every unresolved worry. Every decision you haven't made yet. Every notification you saw but didn't respond to. Your brain is holding all of it. One that almost nobody talks about. Chronic mental fatigue has a strong emotional component. A lot of that heaviness isn't just cognitive. It's grief. It's unprocessed stress. It's the weight of constantly performing, achieving, managing, pretending you're fine when you're not. Your nervous system holds that. And until you give it somewhere to go, it stays. It sits in your chest. Behind your eyes. In the tension in your jaw. The brain doesn't separate emotional pain from physical exhaustion. It all registers the same. It all costs the same. So if you've tried sleeping more, eating better, taking breaks, and your brain still feels like it's running through fog, ask yourself something honest. What am I still carrying that I haven't put down? I want you to drop something in the comments right now. Just one word. One thing that's been quietly exhausting you that you haven't said out loud yet. You don't have to explain it. Just name it. Because something shifts when you do. And I want to see it. I want this to be a space where that's allowed. And if this video spoke to something real in you, please share it. Send it to someone who needs to hear this. Someone who always seems tired and never knows why. You might be giving them the first real answer they've ever had. Here's what I want to leave you with. Your brain is not broken. It's not failing. It's overwhelmed. It's been carrying too much, for too long, with too little real recovery. And the moment you stop fighting that and start actually working with your biology instead of against it, something shifts. The fog starts to lift. The heaviness gets lighter. And you start to remember what it feels like to be present. Clear. Actually alive in your own life. That version of you isn't far away. It's just waiting for you to stop pushing through. And finally, start listening. Fixes it. And I mean really fixes it. Not just temporarily. Here's the first thing. Stop treating rest as the absence of activity. Real rest is specific. There's a concept in neuroscience called default mode network activation. It sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. Your brain has a recovery mode. And it only turns on when you stop consuming. No phone. No music. No podcast. Just quiet. Stillness. Staring out a window. Going for a walk without earbuds. Sitting with your own thoughts for 10 uninterrupted minutes. That activates genuine neural recovery in a way that scrolling through your phone never will. In fact, consuming content while resting is one of the biggest mistakes people make. You think you're unwinding. But your brain is still processing. Still working. Still spending. The second thing is almost counterintuitive. You need to finish things. Small things. On purpose. Every time you complete something, even something tiny, your brain releases a small dose of dopamine. It closes an open loop. It reduces that background cognitive hum. Something as simple as making your bed, replying to that one message you've been avoiding, crossing something off a list. These aren't just productivity tricks. They're neurological signals. You're telling your brain that things are getting resolved. That it's safe to let go. And slowly, the noise gets quieter. The third thing is the one people resist most. Sleep is not the only recovery. But the quality of it matters far more than the quantity. Your brain runs a literal cleaning cycle during deep sleep. It's called the glymphatic system. And it flushes out metabolic waste, including that adenosine buildup, that accumulates throughout the day. But that system only activates properly during the deepest stages of sleep. If your sleep is shallow, simultaneously, or inconsistent, you wake up with a brain that technically like rested 40 but never tabs open at once, each one quietly draining your battery. Completely different result. You can't see them. And there's one more thing. And here's the part that really got me when I first learned this. Decision fatigue is real. Like, neurologically, physically, chemically real. Studies have shown that the quality of your decisions drops significantly as the day goes on. Not because you get dumber. But because your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for thinking, choosing, and controlling impulse, actually burns through glucose like a high-performance engine. It runs hot. And it runs out. That foggy, flat, can't think straight feeling in the afternoon. That's not in your head. Well, it is literally in your head. But you know what I mean. It's biology. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. And a little uncomfortable. Most brain fatigue is not caused by hard work. It's caused by something much more common. And honestly, much harder to admit. It's caused by resistance. That low-level, constant tension of avoiding the things you know you need to do. Psychologists call it the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain literally cannot let go of unfinished tasks. It keeps them on loop. Quietly humming in the background. Burning energy. Creating mental noise. Even when you're doing nothing, your brain is actively working on everything you haven't finished yet. So that Sunday afternoon when you're supposedly relaxing but somehow still feel drained. That's why. You're not resting. Your brain is still running. And then there's emotional labor. Which we almost never count. Every interaction where you had to manage your tone. Every meeting where you smiled through stress. Every moment you held back what you really wanted to say. That costs energy. Real, measurable neural energy. Emotional regulation is one of the most expensive things your brain does. And we do it constantly. All day. Every day. With almost no recovery built in. So what actual